Konami recently held a surprise Metal Gear Hotline production episode discussing Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. The remake didn't receive a release date, but some details for anticipated titles were released. First of all, it was confirmed that longtime Metal Gear veteran Yuji Korekido will be overseeing Delta as creative producer. Korekido was previously the director of Metal Gear Online 2 and served as the creative producer on Metal Gear Rising and Metal Gear Survive. The developer showcased the camouflage menu, which has received some updates. The score of each camouflage option is listed, but their descriptions now have a dedicated description box under Snake. Players can also hit L1/LB and R1/RB to switch between uniform and face camouflage, rather than backing out of either menu to select the other. They also cleared the air on the classic animation in the game's starting menu. Producer Noriaki Okamura confirmed that the title animation from the original game is present in the remake. Players only need to opt for the legacy control style, with the updated jungle title screen available when selecting the new style. On the gameplay front, Konami revealed that the new remake differs from the original in two different ways. Korekido stated that Delta mostly differs from the original in two key areas. The first is the graphics. We started by rebuilding Metal Gear Solid 3's many jungle areas to take advantage of the capabilities of current-gen consoles, making for much more realistic environments. Between the first in-engine look we released last October and our recently revealed official trailer, I think you can see how far the graphics have come.
Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. The clock is ticking.
We've also enhanced the simulation of stains and battle damage. Falling leaves will stick to your clothes, mud leaves stains, and taking damage leaves tears or bullet holes, all of which appears in real time, based on your gameplay. We've also updated the cure system, the mechanic that could leave Snake with injuries or let him heal them in the original game. You can still heal Snake or let him naturally recover over time, but in Delta, even healed wounds will still leave visual traces. The second major update is to the controls. Similar to many current TPS games, in Delta you can now move while crouched or aiming a weapon. The controls should feel similar and familiar to contemporary players, allowing everyone to more easily enjoy their time with Delta. We've also kept the original camera angle as an option. We call the updated control scheme New Style, and the controllers that emulate the original are called Legacy Style. He also spoke about the various new color filters in the game, which will appeal to newcomers as well as veterans of the series. It turns out that the Legacy filter used to mimic the original's color palette is one of several color filters, with sepia and retro also available. After the new trailer, some commenters said that they would like to play with the colors from the original. We do have multiple color filters you can change between, applicable whether you are playing New Style or Legacy Style. One option closely recreates the original palette, so you can play with your preferred look, he stated. The development team fielded some questions from fans, including one that asked if there was any chance of the original team members returning to work on, co-develop, or supervise any of the Metal Gear Solid titles. Producer Noriaki Okamura responded, "Well, it's not my place to answer on behalf of anyone outside the company, or to guess how they might feel about it. But just speaking for myself, I'd like nothing better than to work with Mr. Kojima and the rest of the team again. If that could happen, that would be the dream. But people have moved on to new things and commitments, and that's just our current reality. We can't just take it for granted that everyone would work with us again or let ourselves be completely dependent on them. I just don't think it's right for us to be the ones to make that kind of demand of anyone. So we're working with the expectation that whatever we make, it's up to us. It's on our shoulders to do a good job." Okamura confirmed that Kojima and the original development team are in the credits for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, like with Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. It's unknown whether his stance reflects that of Konami, who allegedly outed Kojima in 2015 around the launch of Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. The latter would form Kojima Productions and develop Death Stranding, and is now working on the sequel, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. It also has OD with Xbox Game Studios and a new IP with Sony Interactive Entertainment in the works.
They're separate ways. Within network coverage, there's no need to rely on human porters anymore. So after I closed up shop, I went and started a new group.
He was then asked whether there would be any new performances in the game, to which he responded with, "For both Japanese and English, the story of the game and all the voice acting will be the same. We definitely didn't do any recasting. However, and this is something you see a lot in Metal Gear, but characters will give you advice on how to play, especially the controls. But some of those lines don't match up with the controls on consoles now, and you can't really have that, so we've actually recorded new versions of just those lines. And sadly, some of the original cast is no longer with us or couldn't be available to record, so in those cases, we've made sure that we have permission first, then went through and made use of their existing recordings to assemble the new lines. He was then asked about who all are involved in the development of Delta, to which he replied, "I think we mentioned this briefly in our last episode, but we do still have many of the same people who worked on the original Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater as part of our team. And we're also working with a number of people at outside partners. In particular, we're working closely with the very skilled team at Virtuoso, who have previously helped us on other Metal Gear titles as well. They're assisting us on several fronts, especially because we're rebuilding this game in Unreal Engine 5 instead of the Fox engine that we've been using up until now. Their expertise in that area has been a huge help. We're really glad to have them working with us." He also revealed the reason why they selected Snake Eater as the first game to remake. He stated, "Well, Metal Gear as a series has quite a lot of ground to cover, but when we stepped back and took a look at the saga as a whole, it just made the most sense to us to start with Snake Eater. And I know there's some and plenty of people who haven't played a Metal Gear game before, and some of them probably just went, 'You want us to play 3 first?' So I just want to assure everyone, don't worry, Delta is the perfect place to get started with Metal Gear." Okamura also confirmed that a future Hotline production episode would delve into the making of the recent gameplay trailer and its cutscenes, so that's worth looking forward to. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is scheduled to release on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Now, it still has no release date, but is probably coming out next year. So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.